Hurry, hurry. Step on.
Schmidt Beer, the brew that grew to be best in the great Northwest.
Your finest craft beer, barkeep.
Man to man, smoke Roy Tan.
Cheers, everyone, and welcome to the Unfiltered Gentleman. And now, here are Greg, Scott, and Dan coming at you ice cold and unfiltered.
That's right. Welcome in, everybody. It is the Unfiltered Gentleman. Thanks for joining. Thanks for drinking along. I am Greg, or that is Scott.
I'm thirsty.
That is Dan.
Hey.
Yeah, Scott's very thirsty over there.
I see that.
Like I said, thanks for listening. Our burp word of the week is summer beer. I guess that's two words. Summer beer is our burp word, just because it's hot as balls today, so I figured it's appropriate. Summer
Pretty
beer.
warm.
Yeah. I'll be honest, we're not drinking summer beers. I mean, they're not summer beers.
Doesn't matter.
We'll get into it.
It's summer. We're drinking beer.
Yeah, exactly.
I think it counts.
I like your deductive reasoning. A huge shout out to coming back around, Los Angeles, California, top listening city of last week. Yeah. It should be every week since it's kind of where we are.
Yeah. Right.
So thanks, LA. Don't forget to hashtag show us your beers on the instant, and the social medias and the Instagrams, the instant medias. And don't forget to rate and subscribe on iTunes, Apple Podcasts, however you get your podcasts. Please do all that. And don't forget to tag us as well. We convinced him to come back for another week. In fact, we chained him to the chair and said, please stick around for another week. You're smarter than all of us. Joining us once again is Adam Greenberg from M.I.A. Brewing. Adam, thank you, sir.
Hey, guys. Thanks for having me back.
Thank you for coming back, and thank you last week for the delicious beer.
Yes.
It feels like I never left.
It does feel. Sometimes it feels that way for all of us.
What's that chain on your ankles?
Yeah. Don't mind the shackles. So we got some new beers to drink today. Dan's got a movie to talk about.
I do.
We got an email from a listener. All kinds of good stuff. You guys are looking pretty thirsty, so let's just
I know I am.
Yeah, let's just crack right into it.
Grab your libations, pals. It's time for beer of the week.
And if you're drinking, well, you know that you're my friend. And I'll say, I think I'll have myself a beer.
Oh, we're having ourselves quite the beer. This one was donated to us by listener Brian. Thank you very much, Brian, and his wife, Deb. We are drinking the Alchemist's Focal Banger IPA. 7%, 90 IBUs, 4.45 on Untapped, and a 4.57 on Beer Advocate. From the brewery, they say, American IPA with citrus and mosaic hops. We have a real love for IPAs here at The Alchemist, and we strive to offer you the best hop experiences we possibly can. This beer is brewed using Citra and Mosaic hops and our favorite British malts. Truly an abundance of hoppy goodness. What say you guys?
Oh, man. Delicious.
Yeah?
Yeah. I got nothing after that.
I was going to say, do you have any left?
Nope. Great summer beer, I got to say.
Yes. Adam, have you had this one?
It really is great beer. I have Citra Mosaic, classic IPA hops. They do it really well.
Yeah, you're not going to go wrong with that combo.
Absolutely not.
Yeah, and this is phenomenal. It is a dangerous 7%.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I did not sense that.
I could crush a couple of these.
Mm-hmm.
Scott, what say you?
Oh, loving it.
Yeah. I have to say, the other night when I was over hanging out with Brian and Deb, they decided to get all beer sciencey on us, and we had this up next to a Pliny. We're drinking them both at the same time. We're like, let's see which one's better. And slight edge to the Focal Banger.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Ooh, he's like, I need another swig over here.
Swig of Focal for the drinking man. I don't think I've been shy about my feelings of Pliny. I think Pliny's a great beer, but it's definitely by far not Russian River's best beer. I'd take a Blind Pig any day over a Pliny. So, but yeah, we put this up, and they're both great. But this kind of edged out the Pliny for me. I don't know. You can tell me I'm wrong.
I won't argue with you
all right,
at all.
That's fair.
That's good.
But this is delicious. I really, really like it. So, lots of citrus on the nose. I forgot to smell it first.
Yeah, I usually do that.
Yeah, my nose hasn't been working lately. I had some allergy issues, so like my schnoz isn't really working. So I get a little bit of citrus. I'm sure like everyone else smells it like, this is so pungent. I'm like, it's a little bit.
Yeah, I always wait for you to tell me what it smells like so I can get a better description on it. You had nothing. You went to me first. I'm like,
Threw him off.
I'm a fraud.
Yeah. Some nice tropical fruit flavors. A really good malt backbone without being like double IPA malty. It's really nice. So, all right, let's move on to some crotch talk.
Have a grievance to share? It's time for crotch talk.
I don't really have a grievance. I was going to mention that huge shout out to Deb and Brian, listeners of the show and friends of mine, for donating this beer. And we did quite the little beer share and hung out, and they had some good stuff to drink. We brought over some of our Asheville beers that we picked up a few weeks back, and all that good stuff. So
Quite the score you got there.
yeah, this and
Good
a
stuff.
heady topper, can't go wrong there.
Absolutely not.
Yeah. So that's it. That's it for me, really, for crotch talk. Scott, I hear you've got an update for us.
I got an update
on the crazy girl who said she was going to graduate and then didn't graduate. This is 3 shows ago, I think.
Yeah, it's a couple shows ago.
Yeah.
She's got problems.
Okay.
So I'm not going to say nothing.
Oh,
no,
okay.
I'm just kidding.
All right. Good night, everybody.
Like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
No, as you remember a couple weeks ago, I said, she had a big graduation thing that she finally told her parents she didn't graduate.
Yeah, like 2 days before.
Right.
Yeah.
She finally told her family that she hadn't been to school for a year.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. So she's not going to school for a year.
Hence the lack of graduation.
Correct.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's like some Maury Povich shit right there, man.
The money that they gave her to pay tuition.
Right.
Who knows?
Who knows? Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, drugs.
It's not
probably.
my
Drugs.
business.
I was going to say drugs.
Yeah. And then the other thing was she told her brother that when they sent her to get her, cap and gown, she's gone for a half hour. And she told her brother, for that half hour, I took a bottle of some kind of drug.
Okay.
Ooh.
Like prescription drugs?
Yes.
Okay.
And 2 bottles of wine.
Oh, okay.
In a half hour.
Oh, well, I'd say we were right. It was drugs.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
In a half hour, drink 2 bottles of wine, take a bottle of pills.
Yeah.
And then come back home.
Jesus.
So, she's got problems.
Apparently.
Yeah.
Have you ever had 2 bottles of wine in a half hour?
Oh, yeah.
Have you?
Yeah.
I could see that.
Yeah.
2 bottles of wine in a half hour?
I think the best I've ever done was in about an hour. I had it was almost an entire bottle, just shy of Captain, just straight up.
Oh my God.
First of all, I was 22 or 3.
Me too.
Yeah, you can't do that once you're not in your 20s anymore.
I was once.
I was having some shitty times in my life, and I just wanted to get drunk that day. And I was like, I just want to get real fucked up and forget today. And I was like, I'm gonna get some Captain and Coke. So I got a handle of Captain and a 2-liter bottle of Coke, and just figured I'd mix it as I went. And never saw the Coke. The Coke never opened. I just ended up down in that Captain.
That's pretty much every day for me.
Yeah, I woke up asleep on the toilet, like head down on the toilet.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Nights.
Yeah. That was the early 20s.
Can you drink Captain still? Like, was it one of those where you can never drink Captain again? Or
I've had it since. Drinking it's not that bad. Like I can't have it straight anymore. I can have like a Captain and Coke, but if I just smell straight up Captain, I do get the little,
Oh, man.
like it's bad. The one that has ruined me for life is Bacardi 151.
Uh-oh.
I had that once. I was quite the youngster, and I can't remember how much we had, but it had way too much. It was, early drinking days, and got so drunk and then so sick. If I even see a bottle, I like turn my head. If I smell it, I start to gag.
Isn't that funny?
It's so bad.
It's like everyone's got one of those in them, like one bender with everything, and then after that, like your liver's like an elephant, dude. It doesn't forget. It's weird.
the funny thing is, we always think it's going to be a really good idea. Like,
at the time
when you're sober, you're like, oh my God, I'm going to drink this 151. Right.
Yeah.
But it's going to end.
Yeah.
So bad.
It's just funny, like your body just telling you, nope, you're not having that. If you do, you're going to barf everywhere and embarrass yourself.
And I did. And I did.
Oh, man.
What about you, Adam? What's your booze that you can't go to anymore?
Unfortunately, it's tequila, man.
Yeah, that's me too.
I can't do tequila anymore. Just
I didn't have a horrendous experience with it. I just, when I have it now, it's just life hurts the next day, so I try to avoid it.
Oh, no, I will actively try to throw it up. Like I got about good 4 shots in me before I'm like, oh, okay, like I need to stop. Like Like my body's like, nope, coming back up. I'm like, nope, coming down. Nope, coming back up.
I'll smell like I'll be at a table and somebody orders like a picture of margaritas or something like that, and it'll pass under my nose, and I'm just like, oh man, get it away.
Yeah. I can hold my breath for 4 shots, and then that's it. That's it.
True man over there.
Yeah.
Look at you.
It's like 'cause I'm a Mexican, dude. I can't drink tequila. Everyone will make fun of me.
Yeah, your family must look down upon you.
I know, right?
Yeah.
So I got to be like, oh yeah, no, I'm fine, and drink it. And then it's like, around 4, I'm like, I can't do this anymore.
You're Mexican?
Yeah.
He's not.
He's a surfer. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, the family says, "Oh, this is Dan Smith."
Yeah.
Sure I am, eh?
With tequila, it's funny. I was with a girl one night. We're out drinking, and I'd had a few shots, and it was at that point where I was like, oh my God, no more tequila. It's going to end really bad if I do. And she was in the same boat. She's probably a little bit worse. And she's like, they keep handing us shots. What are we going to do? I was like, let me teach you how to not take a shot of tequila. And so I had an empty beer bottle with me. I was like, you just shoot it, and then you just spit it in the beer bottle. Yeah. And she was amazed. Like, this is the best thing she'd ever seen. I was like, this is what I do when you're at parties and people keep handing you like disgusting liquor that you just can't drink, but you don't want to be like that bitch. Right. And they're like, oh yeah, I'll do the shot with you. But you always have an empty beer in your hand when it gets to that point in the night. And I taught her that, and she's like, this is the best thing ever. God. And everybody's like, Greg doesn't take shots. I was like, nope, not cheap alcohol, I don't. Oh, God.
You smart man.
Yeah.
That's not your current wife, right?
No, it's
I was going to
not.
say, because it probably saved her from getting pregnant later on.
It's true. In fact, I was with my soon-to-be wife, and we were at her company's Christmas party, and they were passing out shots of cheap tequila. And I was like, maybe I got one in me tops. And like round 2 came around, and I did that. And she's like, how are you still doing shots? I was like, let me teach you a secret.
Let me show you something.
Fire Marshal Bill. So now everybody knows they don't actually do shots.
I've just been taking them this whole time.
Oh, God.
Right. That's what I've been doing.
Grinning and bearing.
I just don't want to throw up in public. I'm a bad shot taker no matter how much I like the liquid that's inside. Like, just drinking fast doesn't work well with my insides. And so after it could be like a couple of shots of Dr. Pepper. And like after a few, I just start to like get my gag reflex going. So I don't want to be that guy that throws up in public as much as possible. And
right.
So that's my whole MO. There's been times where people have handed me shots and I've dumped it into a cocktail and just drank it slowly. So it's a really strong cocktail, but I still got it eventually. I don't want to throw up as much as possible. That's why I stick to beer.
Yeah, you can't throw up in public. That's like shitting in public. You know what I mean? Like you need a wheelchair to get your ass out of there.
Keep on wheeling.
Yeah. Hashtag Paul Pierce shit his pants.
If you haven't heard last week's show, I
That's
think
right.
you missed out on Paul Pierce.
Didn't you leave early last week for something?
Oh, I did.
Yeah.
But I did not shit my pants.
Are you sure about that?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
I heard something rolling down the hall.
Well, it depends.
Yeah. Might need some depends.
That's right.
Oh, God. All right. Dan has a movie to talk about.
Nice.
Listener email. We got a Bullpen Beer with 11 best light beers for summer.
Whoa.
And booze news and so much more. So, Dan, let's talk a little movie action.
Sure.
Slight delay.
No, it's okay. So the movie I watched was The Deadpool, not Deadpool.
Oh.
So everyone knows that movie, with Ryan Reynolds,
yeah,
the awesome superhero. Like, no, this is The Deadpool. And my dad had actually recorded this movie, and I went over one day. He's like, "Oh, you want to watch a movie?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure." Like, he had never seen it either. And
want some tequila?
Oh,
damn it!
No, didn't do that. But yeah, and it's one of his favorite actors, and Clint Eastwood stars in it.
Okay.
It's actually, I think it's like part 5 of like the Dirty Harry series.
Oh,
or
really?
something like that. Yeah, and it's The Deadpool. And basically, what this movie is about is it's kind of like how Deadpool gets his name, right? It's that, like, if you watch the movie, there's like this pool of people that you can bet on that are gonna die.
Okay,
you know what I mean? So the Deadpool, it follows this director who's played by Liam Neeson. Is his name right? Yeah, Liam Neeson. And you know what's trippy about this? I was tripping out. I was like, what the hell? Like, his voice is so high in this movie. Like, he's not talking like this, like Liam Neeson usually talks.
He doesn't
like,
have a set of skills.
Yeah, yeah, he doesn't talk like that.
Wow.
If he did, he'd be like, I have a certain set of skills. Like, it's like, whoa, who is this guy? Yeah, it's weird. So I don't know if he just went through puberty.
Is it a different Liam Neeson?
No, it's him, dude. It's totally him. And you know what's funny is that wasn't even the first time, like, because I went into this movie just, blind. You know what I mean? Had no idea what this movie was about. And like, he's directing like this rock video and the rocker is Jim Carrey.
Whoa.
What?
Yeah, and he's just
what
like,
year are we talking?
This is 89.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, 89.
Was this like Guns N' Roses had like the lead song and
That's right. Yeah.
I'm so old. I saw that in the movie theater.
Oh, did you really?
And did somebody kick you in the balls?
Huh?
Somebody kicked him in the balls?
Kicked who in the balls? Jim Carrey?
That's why, no, the guy that...
Oh, Liam Neeson. Something happened. I don't know. That is really weird that his voice is just like all
weird.
deep all of a sudden. But yeah,
Interesting.
he's got like a ponytail, and they somehow made.
He's got
this guy-
hair?
Yeah,
Whoa, that...
he's got like a director ponytail.
Oh, wow.
Maybe it's
Ponytail.
attached on. I'm not too sure.
Could be, yeah.
Yeah, but
Merkin.
yeah,
Ponytail does it every time.
He and they managed to make this guy look kind of like a worm. You know, normally he's like a kind of a tall, imposing figure.
Right.
But yeah, he kind of looks a little wormy, like a
Okay.
director. I'm like, man, this is crazy. A lot of movie magic in here. Then Clint Eastwood's partner is like some like kung fu expert guy. Like
Sure.
this movie's just so full of like cliches and everything. Like there's a scene where Clint Eastwood and I looked at my dad. I'm like, really? Like Clint Eastwood is trying to bust these guys. They're like holding up like a restaurant, like a Chinese restaurant, and he goes over like sneaks in the back. And he just sits himself down in the diner and like he's opening up a fortune cookie, and the guy's like watching him do it. And he's like, "What's it say?" He's like, "Your luck just ran out," or something like that. And then he shoots him.
Do you feel lucky?
Yeah, it is so ridiculous. But and I looked at I'm like, really? This is what we're watching today? This is ridiculous. But
Oh my God.
I had to say that the movie has fun. You know, it's pretty violent too. I was like, wow, they got some violent scenes here when the people are dying, because they have to look into it because the director picked some people on his Deadpool, and he went into it with a couple other directors or famous people.
Okay.
And they picked famous people like race car drivers, athletes. So it'd be like if someone said, oh, Kobe Bryant, and put him on the death pool or something like that. And then all of a sudden, like Kobe Bryant died. And then the next guy on his list was like, I don't know, Tim Allen, and then Tim Allen died on his list too. It's like, wait a minute, like, are you killing these people or what's going on here?
Yeah.
So they have to investigate it. The best scene. Did you guys watch the video I sent you
did.
guys? Yeah. The best scene is there's this car chase, and basically the killer, he has like this RC like radio control car.
It's a little Corvette.
Yeah, and it's rigged with a bomb. And he's trying to he killed somebody with it very cleanly. The guy was parked, just went under him and killed him. So, but Clint Eastwood, investigated it, saw the car and thought, oh, what the hell is this? Was it rigged with a bomb? So the next time the guy tries to kill Clint Eastwood, he sees the bomb. And he's like, whoa, wait a minute. And he starts going off. So it's Clint Eastwood being chased by a radio-controlled car, and the guy who's driving the radio-controlled car. Like, it's just hilarious. Like, they're going down San Francisco. They're, like, flying off the hills. The little radio-controlled car is going off the hills. Like, it was awesome.
It was like the miniature version of Bullet.
Yeah, exactly. And, I think I read in the trivia that they had actually tried to like mimic that scene pretty much.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I guess Clint Eastwood kind of wanted to pay homage to it.
How funny!
Yeah,
much cheaper with a remote control car.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
And it was funny. I was talking to somebody about it, and they were saying, "Oh, it's like that scene from like Ant-Man 2, I think, where like they're like in these little cars and they blow them up and they shrink them." But it was like, I think this was cooler because it was real. You know what I mean? Like, they actually had the guy doing the radio control car following around like Clint Eastwood and racing down San Francisco with him and everything. So, yeah, it was really cool scene in there. Movie, like I said, you got to just kind of put your brain on neutral there and just not think too much about it.
Brain on neutral.
Yeah, don't think too hard. It's a fun ride.
Yeah, you hurt yourself thinking.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, yeah. That RC car scene was pretty good.
Yeah, it was
I
pretty
enjoyed
funny.
that. Yeah,
That's good.
All right, we have a listener. Oh, sorry. Did you drink to get through or drink?
Oh, yeah, you're drinking with this movie.
All right,
for
good.
sure.
So it was good. We have an email from a listener who says, "Hey, gentlemen, just got done listening to Greg and Shannon talk about their trip to Asheville and all the tasty beer they were researching. What do you think is the biggest difference between California beer and Asheville beer? Cheers, Chris in Mountain View." Well, one of the bigger differences is like there's a ton of gozas in Asheville. We talked about going to Gathering of the Gozas, had a lot of gozas, which were phenomenal. Don't see that a lot out here. Out here, it's like if you have sour, it's crazy sour.
Right.
Kind of like we did with the IPAs 10 years ago. Like went crazy with the hops and stuff. What else? They weren't afraid to throw fruit in their beers. There was, and not in like a gross Ballast Point kind of way, but like a lot of the gozas had like passion fruit or whatever. So a lot of fruit going on. A lot of the breweries had outdoor space, like really, really nice outdoor spaces, which I thought was interesting because we have some like, 360 out of 365 days out here, and we don't have great outdoor breweries, at least locally we don't. There, like, it seemed like every single brewery we went into had an outdoor space that was really cool. A couple had rooftop bars and that kind of stuff. What else? Of course, they had the hazy thing. A lot more focus on like chunky hazies because it's the East Coast, and I'm more of a fan of a West Coast hazy. It's a little cleaner. You get the juice, but not so much the chunk. Yeah, I think that's kind of it. The Goza thing was really what stuck out to me. Have you been to Asheville, Adam?
I have not.
Yeah, a lot of Gozas. Are you a fan of Gozas?
I am.
Oh,
I
yeah.
am. I had a really good Modern Times Goes not too long ago.
Fruitlands? Is that considered a Goza?
Was that what it was?
I don't know. Was it one of their cans?
Yeah.
Might have been Fruitlands. They do good sours because they're not crazy sour. I mean, they can be, but overall, they're not crazy sour. I like that movement. I like the whole It's great for summer. It's like 4.5%. A little tart. Nice and refreshing. I don't know. That was the biggest difference that I found. Thanks, Chris in Mountain View. If you guys want to email us, theunfilteredgentleman@gmail.com, one of us will try to answer your questions as best we can. Old Timey Word of the Week, Dust Man. Dust Man. It's just a dead person. Don't piss me off or you'll be a dust man.
Dust Man.
Yeah. So
that's like Infinity War. Everyone gets dusted away.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they're dust men.
This guy hasn't seen Infinity War.
Oh.
Yeah.
I've definitely seen Infinity
Have you?
War. Oh, hell yeah.
I haven't, yeah.
Oh, this guy.
You haven't. This guy.
I'm pointing at me.
Like, there's too many guys in this room.
Like
Yeah,
under
it's
the
true.
table like this guy.
This guy over here.
There's no way. He saw Deadpool in the theater. No way.
No, the guy that never watches movies.
Oh,
over here,
okay.
Did not see Infinity War, so.
Oh, spoiler alert.
Sorry. Yeah. So next time someone pisses you off, tell them they don't shut up. They'll be a dust man.
That's right.
Let's move on to Beer Babe of the Week.
There's nothing better than a babe with craft beer. It's time for Beer Babe of the Week.
I approve.
Our Beer Babe of the Week can be found on the Instagrams at A Girl Can Drink. All one word, no spaces, nothing.
Oh, yeah.
A Girl Can Drink. She is drinking Hacienda Beer Company. Never heard of it, but it looks phenomenal. Looks like she's got a it looks like one of those East Coast hazes, a little chunky looking. But anyways, go follow A Girl Can Drink, all one word. I don't think you'll be disappointed.
Do these girls know they've been selected as Beer Babe of the Week?
We tag them on the Instagrams and everything. It's not a big secret.
It's all posts.
Yeah, we don't try to be creepy about it as much as possible.
That was really my question: is are you guys being creepy about it or not?
As little as we can be. Like, I'm sure there's some level of creepiness to it, but we try to avoid as much creepiness as possible.
Dude, we cut his mic off over here, Scott.
Yeah,
yeah, they're not.
Oh God, I thought I turned it off. So, I actually.
Hey, girl.
Yeah, my point exactly. I actually have a Tales from Uber.
Does your cabbie make you queasy? It's Tales from Uber.
So we Ubered last weekend, and it wasn't Scott, thank God. But I don't know that this was any better.
No.
We only went a total of 8 miles. It was a very short trip. It was
Takes me 2 hours.
Yeah, 2 freeway exits from a friend's house that we got really drunk at back home. And so we called the Uber, and sometimes we have our dog with us, and I'll call them just to say, like, hey, we have a dog. I hope that's okay. And if it's not okay, they can cancel. We'll call somebody else. Didn't answer the phone, so I just sent a text, said, like, hey, we have a small dog with us. And no response. Like, all right, well, now it's on him. I did my part. And he shows up and rolls down his window. He's like, Greg? Like, yep, that's me. Okay. And that was all he said the entire time. So we get in the car, and, I matched up the license plate because I don't want to die.
Good job.
Yeah, as much as possible. And I get in the car, and we're going, and the dude is driving like a crazy person. He's slamming on his brakes in the middle of the street for like no reason. He stopped at every green light.
What?
Yes.
Holy shit.
We'd be doing like 45, 50 down the street, and then he'd approach a stoplight that was green, and he'd start stopping.
Of course.
And after like 3 of these, I was like, what are you doing? No response.
Nothing?
Nothing. And Shannon's like, shh, like don't be mean, don't be mean. I was like, don't be mean.
Don't be mean.
This
We're gonna
guy's
die.
Yeah, we are gonna die. And so the people whose house we were at, I started texting. I was like, just in case we don't make it, like, here's the driver info.
Oh my God.
It was insane. Like, he was nuts. And like, he got near our house. He wasn't even all the way up to our house. Like, yep, here's fine. Just right here. And it was so bad.
I get that a lot.
It was so bad. I reported him to, it was Lyft. It wasn't Uber. I reported him.
Uh-oh.
It was Lyft, eh?
Yeah, it was dangerous. Like,
no
it
wonder
was
I've
scary
been banned.
dangerous. I was like, there's no way we're making this.
Did his
alive.
name start with an M?
I don't think. I don't know.
Okay, I don't know.
Do you know someone who starts with an M?
No, I had a story like that too. We'll maybe save it for another episode. But yeah, it was pretty crazy like that. Where like I was on the freeway and he's just kind of like driving like you do in the movies or like you're doing on a TV show, like shaking the wheel. Like I'm like, what are you doing, dude?
Driving Miss Daisy.
Yeah, I'm like, whoa. And then like he was like stopping at green lights and like I don't know, like he said something too, like I was talking to like whoever I was with, I was like blah blah blah, and he's like, oh hey, like interrupt, Octavio's, eh? He goes, haven't eaten there in a while. I go, what do they serve there again? He goes, I think it's Mexican food. I'm like, wait, I'm pretty sure it's Italian food. So like you interrupted me to talk about a place like that you probably haven't been to.
Clearly haven't been to.
Yeah, I'm like, what the hell are you doing, dude?
What was that Mexican lasagna?
Yeah. So and then I think I was going to institution. And he passed institution. I'm like, oh, I think you got to make a U-turn, dude. Because he was talking to us about something. I'm like,
God.
Yeah, I'm like, what are you talking about, dude? And like, he was like, you got to turn around. He's like, oh, yeah. He made a left. And I was like, just turn right here. He's like, well, it's saying the guy. I go, just turn right here.
I looked it up. His name started with H.
Oh, okay.
So must not be the same guy.
No, this guy started with M, and he was very scary.
Yeah, I didn't know if Scott started with M.
Scott. Or H.
Yeah. Scott.
I don't know. Yeah, usually I like to just kind of chill
Scott.
and talk about jazz, but I was,
yeah.
I was fearing for my life,
Dan
dude.
does love to talk about jazz with his Uber drivers. Yeah. So I don't. Adam, any scary Uber stories for you?
Not really scary. I've got a funny Uber story.
Yeah.
Like a couple, 3, maybe 4 years ago, out here where we live, Uber wasn't really that big.
Right.
Back in those times, and one of my buddies, we were explaining to him Uber, which sounds weird now. Yeah, and he was like, "Really? You can call somebody and they'll come pick you up?" And we're like, "Yeah, man." So we left this one bar. I think we're out in Newberry. We're waiting outside for the Uber to pull up.
Right.
And so a car pulls up, and he opens the door and he gets inside, and the guy driving is like, "Bro, what are you doing?" And he's like, "Uber," and the guy's, "Fuck you, I'm picking up my daughter." So he just got into this random car, and we're like, dude, like it tells you right here like, what kind of car it is. Car. So that's my.
I like that you didn't stop him. As he goes to open the door.
No.
Like, we'll let him figure it out on his own.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, we were all kind of looking at him like maybe he knows this guy, or. And if you knew this guy, we probably did just let him get in there and go, "Hey guys, check this out. It's gonna happen."
Everybody watch. Oh, that's great. Yeah, that's. I haven't done that yet. I almost did when I was really drunk in San Diego. Thank God the lady friend was there and stopped me. She's like, "That's not our car." I was like, "All right, whatever you say."
Oh man.
If you say so. So, all right, very nice. We have 11 best light beers for summer. We also have a Bullpen beer to get to. So I'm going to read off these beers. And Dan, if you can distribute a little beer over there.
Will do.
There's 11, so I'm not going to read all their descriptions. But if anybody wants to hear more, stop me and I'll tell you more. So this is, according to, of all websites, popularmechanics.com. The best light beers for summer. Let's see what they have to say. Start at the top. Southern Tier Swipe Light, 4.0%. Oh, I like that they put the calories on here. 110 calories. 6 Point Jammer, 4%. Session Light, which is a beer from Full Sail Brewing. They have their whole Session series. That one is 3.6%. New Belgium's Mural, 4.0%. 26.2 Brew, 120 calories, 4.0%. Harpoon's Rec League, that's a great name, 3.8%. It's a hazy pale ale. It's pretty good, 3.8 for a pale ale. Firestone Walker's Easy Jack. I think all of us in this room have had a few hundred Easy Jacks. New recipe, though. I think we should revisit that on the show.
Yes.
4% on that. Dogfish Head's Slighty Mighty IPA, 3.6%, 95 calories. Dogfish Head is doing this whole like low cal thing as of late.
Interesting.
Boulevard's Easy Sport, 99 calories for all you Weight Watchers out there, 4.1%. And here's
not many Weight Watchers.
Yeah, right.
Not in this room.
Sorry, guys.
And here's where I have a problem with the list. Number 2, Ballast Point Lager.
Ooh.
Yeah, 4.2%, 99 calories.
What the hell?
Yeah. And then number 1, technically big beer now or something. Avery's Pacer IPA, 100 calories, 4.5%. So glad I had the calorie count in all of these. Just shows how much I'm drinking.
That's right. We're supposed to do the low calories for summer, huh?
Right, I guess so. Bikini season. I got to get the boobs in shape.
Light beer.
Get a wax.
Low cal, low ABV.
That kind of goes hand in hand, though, because the sugar content, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. Lower sugar, lower ABV. I mean, I do love a good, like, sessionable, give me something that's 4% or less, and I can just drink the shit out of it all day kind of beer for summer.
Yeah.
Good floating beer, as I like to say.
At the end of the day, you're still probably taking the same amount of calories, though.
Oh, yeah.
You have about 20 of those.
Either have, like, 2 double IPAs or 20 sessions.
Yeah.
It all works out to be the same.
Agreed.
All right, let's make a call to the pen.
He calls to the bullpen for
Beer.
We are drinking M.I.A. Beer Company's M.I.A. over Miami Milk Stout. I thought there's no way we could go with another hoppy beer after having Focal Banger. We got to just completely switch up the style. And had some lighter beers I was going to bring in, but that would have been weird to go from Focal Banger to a light beer. So pulled out M.I.A. over Miami Milk Stout, which being hot as balls today is not maybe the best beer decision. But anyway, 6.5%, 3.79 on Untapped, 4.06 on Beer Advocate. From the brewery, they say it's a roasty dark chocolate held high by lactose, full-bodied balance with cocoa nibs and vanilla bean. What do you guys think of this one?
Milk was a bad choice.
So damn hot.
No, this is actually really good still. I mean, given the heat and everything.
Right.
Yeah, no, I can dig this.
Still drinkable.
It is very drinkable. Good beer, smooth, tasty. Maybe not the summer beer like you said you're talking about. But
correct.
It still works tonight, I think. I like it.
Yeah, I definitely get some cocoa. I just get a little vanilla, especially on the nose. A lot of nose vanilla.
Yes.
They should rename this the Ron Burgundy. Milk was a bad choice.
I know, huh?
Yeah.
Nose vanilla in the 80s means something different.
Oh.
Very much so.
True that.
Gotta go powder to the nose. Scott, what say you?
I'm liking it.
Yeah, you're a fan?
Oh, big time.
So
and listen to Adam describe it.
Uh-huh.
It just makes you want to go to Mad Era more.
Oh, all right. Well, you are sleeping outside, so.
Yeah.
He's also our first employee.
Yeah.
Of course. Paid employee.
Of course.
Volunteer.
You pay me? What?
You just made a huge mistake.
Yeah, didn't I?
Yeah. Should have just left it at volunteer.
He's your problem now.
Yeah. Scott's last show, everybody. Thank God. It's finally happened. Found somebody else to babysit him. All right, let's talk a little booze news before we go fan ourselves off.
Extra, extra, drink all about it. It's time for booze news.
Canarchy, the parent company to Oscar Blues and so many others now, Cigar City, all that good stuff, has opened the Canarchy Collaboratory in Asheville. The Collaboratory, located at 39 Lexington Avenue, specializing in cutting-edge flavors and brewing methods. Wayne Wambles, brewmaster for the Collaboratory and also for Cigar City Brewing, will lead the brewing of 2 to 4 beers a week at their space, with an emphasis on limited edition, small batch collaboration beers from leading craft breweries in Asheville and throughout the U.S. and around the world. So basically, it's a place where you can come, you can get a few of the different Canarchy brands, Cigar City, whatever else, Oscar Blues, all that good stuff. But they're also going to do like little tiny small batch one-offs that you can only get at this location. And Wayne, head brewer at Cigar City, is of course pretty fucking awesome. So
cool.
It's kind of a cool concept. We've talked a lot about how craft breweries are starting to kind of open up, or not open up, but join together, join forces together and do these collectives, and it's kind of help buying power, kind of helps distribution, all that stuff. So it's kind of a cool concept.
Yeah, absolutely. The whole collab scene is I mean, like you said, it's huge, and I think it really just brings, especially when you have those bigger breweries that are inviting some of the smaller guys in to collab with. It really kind of helps everybody out.
Yeah,
in that sense.
You have somebody from Cigar City, which I think we've all heard of, and then you bring in some little tiny brewery, and then all of a sudden people have heard of this little tiny brewery.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely.
It's a very cool. It's always fun when everyone's friends, even though they're competitors, which seems to be very common in this industry.
Yeah, yes, you're right. No, but yeah, the industry is known for being, very, very friendly and collaborative.
Yeah.
So it is nice to see that people that breweries are coming together and helping out the littler guys and basically just bringing more good beer to a larger audience.
Yeah, and whatever we can do to have good beer instead of big beer is always
absolutely
always a plus. Yuengling is building a beer-themed hotel in Florida.
Oh,
this is like the new thing. Brewdog did it. Stone talked about how they're going to do it, which who knows if they still will after Berlin closed. And now Yuengling's going to do it. You guys down for a beer hotel?
Yeah.
Yuengling's a very good beer. Have you guys had?
Yeah, I wish it came out west. I've had it when I've been on the East Coast though.
Right, Florida, they have it a lot. I think it's from Pennsylvania.
I think so.
Pottsville.
Yeah,
oh, really.
When I was in DC a couple of times, they had it on the regular in Washington DC. So that was.
I think it's the oldest brewery in the United States.
Yeah,
either am I right?
Oldest brewery or oldest craft brewery. One of those two things.
One of them. Yeah,
oldest something. Yeah,
right. I remember being in Florida and drinking it and going like, "Whoa, what is this?" And the guy looked at me like, "What are you talking about?"
Yeah,
it's literally like their Coors Light.
Wow.
I mean, it's not, but
right.
They have it all over the place on the East Coast.
It's kind of like our 805 out here.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's easy to drink. You can find it everywhere. It's not expensive, and it's also good.
It's a good beer. It's a great beer.
Yeah, I like it a lot. Alabama. Welcome to 2019, everybody. Alabama says they're going to give, quote unquote, wet counties the choice to sell on Sundays. So in Alabama, you can't sell alcohol on Sundays.
Interesting.
Yes, but
Alabama man.
they now are going to allow it up to the specific county whether they want to sell on Sunday or not. Wow. But they still have dry counties in Alabama because why not? It's
of course
Alabama. That's what we do in Alabama.
I know they went all Utah over there. I
swear like half the country's all Utah.
Right.
It's like, oh, it's Sunday. We can't sell alcohol.
Why not?
It seems so normal. It seems so normal to those people, too. Like, oh, it's Sunday. We can't.
Oh, yeah. I think I've told on the show before, but my buddy lived in Utah for a while. And I went out to visit him. And it was Saturday night. He's like, oh, we better hit the store. I was like, why? We got plenty of beer. We're good. He's like, we'll get more tomorrow. He's like, no. You don't understand. Like, we got to go now. I was like, why do we have to go now? We'll go tomorrow. Like, no, they don't sell beer tomorrow. It's like, what? Where do you live?
Yeah.
What is this place? Yeah, it's super weird. Speaking of all weird, I never realized this, but the NFL did not allow their players to be featured in beer ads. And now they do. NFL players are allowed to be featured in beer ads. NFL will now allow its players to be featured in beer ads according to the Morning Consult. English is hard. Citing a league-wide email. The news comes months after the NBA and MLB lifted their restrictions on active players to be featured in beer ads. However, the NFL has put restrictions on its players participating, and those restrictions include only active players can be featured in the ads. The ads cannot imply players are endorsing the products. How do you do that while still being in the ad?
Right.
If a company wants to feature more than one player in an advertisement, it must use a minimum of 6 players. So it's either 1 or 6 plus.
What the fuck?
Yeah. And players must also be featured in uniform in action shots using licensed Associated Press photos.
Oh, that's fucking impossible.
It's so weird.
Fuck. Unless you get Ron Artest to do it, and then somebody throws a fucking beer at him.
Right. He's already made that commercial.
Yeah.
It is so weird. The NFL has also eased restrictions on wine and spirits companies, allowing them to become, quote-unquote, official sponsors of its franchises. Although wine and hard liquor companies will be allowed to use team logos on packaging, they will not be able to use players in their advertisements.
How weird.
So weird. The whole thing is very strange. Either allow them to or don't. This whole thing is weird.
You're pussyfooting around it.
Yeah. Doesn't make any sense. Deschutes. This is great. Deschutes Brewery launches a new brand campaign. Deschutes Brewery is attempting to position itself as the beer of choice in the land of recreational cannabis. The company said in a press release, the Bend, Oregon headquartered craft brewery released a series of videos and advertisements earlier this week as part of its new It Comes with the Territory campaign. According to Deschutes' vice president of marketing, the company is drawing attention to healthy alternatives, the healthy tension between craft beer and cannabis. People are going to enjoy recreational cannabis, but we want to remind them that this is still one of, if not the best place on earth to enjoy a beer at Deschutes, and helped put the craft brewing industry on the map. English is hard. But I did find one of their commercials that they put on YouTube, and it's kind of funny. It's in the vein of like Julia Child's cooking show.
Famously dank sativa space cakes.
Oh, shit.
Edibles are such a treat. But what I really love are my drinkables. My favorite is Deschutes. It's the beer of choice in the land of recreational cannabis.
I love it. She's making edibles, but loves her drinkables.
That's funny.
Yeah.
What a trip.
So at least they're hopping on board.
I'll be up there next week.
Will you?
I will be.
Nice. I mean, Deschutes is delicious.
It is.
Are you going to have some edibles?
No comment.
Just drinkables.
Right.
Yes.
My kids will be with me. So.
Oh, okay.
Probably not then.
Yeah. Well,
or maybe so.
Yeah. Might need some at that point.
As far as they know.
And finally, 10 ridiculous brewery rules from New Jersey.
Oh, boy.
Yes. Once again, what year is this? The 10 most ridiculous brewery rules issued by the New Jersey ABC. It is illegal to make or sell coffee at a brewery.
Huh.
Soda is okay.
Good one.
Happy hours are prohibited.
Whoa, really?
Only sad hours.
I know, right?
You may not be happy. Quizzo, which I guess is like a trivia night kind of thing, you know?
Oh,
You do
yeah.
trivia. Quizzo cannot be promoted on social media without a permit. No sales of art or handmade craft work on the premises.
Isn't beer craft work?
That's what I was thinking. No amplified music without a special one-day permit approved by the local police chief.
Wow. How fun.
Yeah. Can you imagine going to Chief Wiggum? To-go beer sold during off-premise events, i.e. festivals, must be warm.
Can't be cold?
Cannot be cold.
Whoa.
So if you buy beer from a brewery at a festival, it has to be warm.
Oh, my God.
Which is like the worst thing you can do to your beer.
That's ridiculous.
No beer can be tapped at a brewery's outdoor beer garden. So then why have an outdoor beer garden? And waitstaff can't serve you outdoors either. So if you're sitting outside, you must go in for the beer.
Oh, my God.
And 10, finally, it's okay to sell hard pretzels in a bag, but not soft pretzels.
Oh, they're the best kind.
Right.
You know, it was like one guy that did something stupid for each one of those things. We're like, no,
Right.
we're not going to do it. Can't do this anymore.
Some guy threw a soft pretzel at a child.
Exactly.
Yeah, he got like a black eye or
Some
something.
guy he had cold beer outside at a festival in a growler.
Yeah.
And like
start drinking it.
Right.
Yeah. It's like,
What are you trying to do? Hurt my teeth?
Yeah.
This beer is freezing.
Or he got a cold headache, you know?
Oh, yeah, brain freeze.
Brain freeze, right?
Yeah. We'll prevent this brain freeze from ever happening again.
This will never happen again.
No kidding.
In
You're
New
right.
Jersey.
Yeah.
Somebody fucked that shit up for every single rule. That's right.
Yeah.
All that means is just less people are going to go to New Jersey. Right?
Pretty much.
They got to be breaking some of those rules. There's no way they can follow all of them. You know what I mean?
What did someone do to make it illegal to sell coffee? Not even sell, make or sell. So you can't even give out free coffee at a brewery.
Man.
Yeah.
And what does the chief say when like his secretary calls and he's like, Chief, someone's in here to get a amplified music permit?
Nah, fuck that guy. Yeah, that is so weird. Good job, New Jersey.
Wow.
What year is it?
There goes my plans.
Yeah. Cancel the plane tickets.
Yeah. Fuck that.
No New Jersey
You're going
trip.
to take a trip to America's armpit?
Next episode, New Jersey will not be our number one.
I know. Hey, no press is bad press.
That's true.
Yeah.
Hey.
We talked about all the Colorado breweries that were closing the next week. Denver was our top listening
true.
city, and I felt really bad about it.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
So
It happens.
It does happen. But not sorry, New Jersey. That's
right.
That's weird as shit.
Yeah.
That's it for us. Thank you all for listening. Thank you, Adam, for hanging out one more week with us.
Thanks a lot, guys. I appreciate it.
Thank you. Mad Era Brewing on the social medias. Go follow and stay up to date on their updates and what's going on with the tap room and when they're going to open. And eventually, I'm sure you'll find a picture of Scott in a sleeping bag out there in their parking lot on their social media.
Absolutely. You're welcome to sleep. Well, I shouldn't say that.
Yeah, don't. No, do not open that can of worms.
Too late. That's your logo now.
Yes, they have cops always hanging out. Don't sleep there. That's a bad idea. You can find us at theunfilteredgentleman.com and at theunfilteredgentleman on social media, except for Twitter, at unfilteredgents. Leave us a drunk voicemail, 805-538-BEER. It's 2337. And don't forget, everyone out there, to stay hydrated. And on that note, good night, everybody.